a habitual line stepper is going to cross a line, and it's going to be triggering for you to where it's not just going to be like a little trigger, like it's going to trigger you on a core level to where it's going to incite you to a point where it's like, okay, something has to change.
Watch them grow, perceive, devote. This is the seed, light the show. Watch them grow.
Hello Virgo, happy birthday and welcome to your September reading. I am Princess India. Because you guys are doing subby takeover this month, I let you guys choose what kind of reading that you wanted, and majority of you guys elected for a whatever comes out reading. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go ahead and jump right in. The only one thing that we're doing different is that I am going to pick 3 cards. And in the extended, we're going to be going into a more specific reading for each one of the 3 groups of people. So I will pull that card and I will tell you guys about that card. And if you want a more specific reading that's a little bit more personal, we'll go into that in the extended. So think of a number between 1, 2, and 3. Okay, for my people who are in group 1, you have sharing. My people in group 2, you have fighting. And for my people in group 3, you have harmony. So these are the themes for this month, and we'll get into that in the extended based on what comes out in this here reading. So let's go ahead and jump right in, Virgos. Overall, I would say that the energy that I feel for you guys, you know, with it being your birthday season and whatnot, is more or less, of course, too, speaking with numerology, your solar return too. It's a lot of things that are going on. But I always look at your birthday as like a repeat of New Year's, you know what I mean? Because it's like the 3 months that follow after your birthday, it's like all the energies are very much in your favor. So it's like a manifestation time. And the main thing that I feel for you guys, like intuitively, it feels like conditioning, right? Like that's going to be the task of September. It's like the things that you guys have been conditioned into, whether that's like lifestyles, whether it's mindsets, or, you know, should, ought, supposed to, is anything that you guys feel like your lives are supposed to be, but aren't necessarily in alignment with your truth and more in alignment with, you know, truths external to you that you felt that you had to accept. I feel like there's a transformation with that. There's going to be an ending to an old way of being. But I feel like the way that that's going to come about is like, for some people, it's going to be like a triggering event. You know what I mean? Sorry about that, Virgo. I got a phone call. Anyway, for some of you, it's going to be a triggering event where a habitual line stepper. So it's like someone in your life who's like a habitual line stepper is gonna cross a line, and it's gonna be triggering for you to where it's not just gonna be like a little trigger, like it's gonna trigger you on a core level to where it's gonna incite you to a point where it's like, okay, something has to change here. Like we can't keep doing this like this, right? That's why I say habitual line stepper. For others of you, I feel like it's gonna be something that just happens, you know? Something that occurs that's just, I don't want to say like freak accident, not anything like that, but it's just something, just completely unexpected, like something that's like a wake-up call almost. And I feel whether it's a triggering event or it's just like wake-up call, you know, I feel like it's gonna be the thing that shakes you guys to the core of that particular conditioning to where you're gonna be able to clearly see it, because it's gonna bring it into your awareness. And then Spirit is gonna be working with you guys to change whatever that is, right? So that's more or less like the influential energy for you guys this month. But I feel the way that this is going to be changed, and for a lot of you, it may very well be, I mean, it could be anything. It could be health and fitness, you know. The main thing that pops into my mind is like something therapeutic, because I feel like the means in which one would go about unlearning or changing this thing that you're conditioned into, it's gonna be like via very practical methods, so to speak. So that could be like, you know, health, fitness. It could be going to therapy. It could be a myriad of different things. But the central energy that we have for you guys for September, well, look at that. Is the Devil card. How appropriate is that? We're talking about bondage. We're talking about conditioning. We're talking about things that keep you chained. We're even talking about addiction here. So just like I was saying, wow, I love when that happens. So literally, like I was saying, that triggering event is literally going to be what brings up this energy. And it's going to hit it straight to the core. Like, that's how I'm seeing it. It's almost like an arrow hitting a bullseye. And it's like, you're going to know what this thing is. And it's working with spirit and working with the resources that are around you to change it. Your challenge this month, we have the Knight of Wands. So it's you guys taking action on it. Now, that's where this falls into the realm of like free will. Because the thing is that spirit is working with you to unearth this thing, right? So you can become cognizant of it. You can be aware of it. You could have the resources. But it's all about if you are going to take action to do so. Now, for others of you, what I feel with this Knight of Wands, which is interesting, is this very well could be a person. And it could be, like if we're talking romantic here, it doesn't necessarily have to be. But it's like, I feel for a lot of you, this triggering event may come at the hands of a fire sign person or someone that you're dating or someone you cross paths with, you know, and I feel that this person is going to have a huge hand in that. So that's for some of you, but for the rest of you, what I feel wholeheartedly is it's all about you guys being able to take action on this. And I feel that, like, say if we're talking about like addiction and we're talking about like giving up something, it's like with any addictions that we have, it has to be something that's heartfelt. It has to be something that in the bowels of your soul, something that you want to come out of alignment with. And I feel like that's what's going to be the most challenging thing about it. Because we could say that like, okay, with quitting smoking, it's like you could know what family and friends says. You could know what the Surgeon General says. But if you on a heart, soul, core level don't want it, then you're not going to be able to do it. If you on a heart core level don't want to get back in the gym, you're not going to do it, because every day we're only doing what it is that we want to do, to be quite honest, right? Now, past influences, we have the Two of Swords. Man, what's really going on here? So with this is how spirit is breaking the tie. So whatever this is that's being triggered, or whatever this conditioning is, so to speak, I feel, I wouldn't say that it's fully in your awareness, but I feel like you guys more or less have hints. So it's kind of like coming to a crossroads and being fully aware that a decision needs to be made between two paths. But it's like either being too afraid to move forward or feeling as if you're blind somehow, like not being able to see the full truth. Now, looking at it with the Two of Swords being the influence, and you notice her little blindfold going on here, we can easily say that it's willful blindness, but I don't really feel it's so much denial. You know what I mean? That's why I say with this event, bringing it to your awareness, because I feel like it's something subconscious to where you're sort of kind of aware of it. Like it could be that, but you don't really meditate on it long enough to really be clear about it. And I feel like this is something that may have come up a few times and you, wow, that's really weird. Why? Y'all, this is so weird. Like the card is moving. I'm not even joking right now, and I'm trying to figure out how that's even possible. Okay. Okay, that's weirding me out. How is that? Like, is that magnetic? No, not magnetic, but is that like static? Okay, moving right along. It's kind of creeping me out. Anyway, but I feel like it's something where things have kind of come up in your awareness, or maybe the thought crossed your mind, but you just didn't think anything of it. But I feel like those are kind of like little nuggets of spirit trying to get your attention. But whatever this is now, it's something that has to be dealt with now. So that's why I kind of feel like this event is coming in, because it's like I really see these coming in together. You know, it's that event that's really going to come in. And that's more or less, I don't want to say, well, yeah, force. It's more or less you're being forced to make a decision, you know, or the decision being made for you, but it's not really anything to be afraid of because it's in your highest good, if that makes sense. Our below energy, we have the Queen of Swords. So it's like, I feel like the thing is underneath it all, you guys are full, like, whoa, okay, that's a whole nother message. Let me say what I was going to say first. Underneath it all, you guys know that whatever this is needs to be cut out. And that's the reason why it's like this unrest, because it's like something was off balance and something was off kilter. So I feel like something was creating unrest in your life, but you weren't really sure what that was. But it's like subconsciously you kind of knew, because it feels like, let me say it illustratively. It's almost like, okay, say if you were even keel and you were fine, right? And you got a new friend or something like that. So you became friends with this person. And it's like prior to you meeting this person, you were even keel. Like every day you were chill, you were not on nerve's edge, so on and so forth. But the moment this person came into your life, all of a sudden it just creates unrest, right? So now consciously, one would think, wasn't in unrest without the person. Now the person's here. Now I'm in unrest. So consciously, you could be aware of that. But I'm feeling that the thought was not instantaneously that it's this person that's causing it. So it's kind of being plagued by unrest, but not making the connection. And that's where I'm seeing the whole willful blindness thing coming in. So it's not that you're intentionally just like, oh, I'm going to turn a blind eye to this. I just feel like you guys didn't make the connection, right? That a lot of the chaos, confusion, and unrest was caused by this person or this thing or the circumstance, right? But it's like underneath it all. So it's like your higher self or your subconscious, whatever you want to call it, underneath it all, or even in your gut instinct, you know that this is creating unrest or even bitterness within you, right? So it's kind of like churning up vile emotions. But the way that I see that spirit is very much involved in this is because a person can't provoke in you something that wasn't there already. And I feel that this is like something that needs to come up to the surface that needs to be healed. So it's more or less this situation, circumstance, or person is more or less a catalyst for you to heal this particular thing or this particular mindset or conditioning that's holding you back overall, not in relation to other people. So it's very much about you, right? So the thing is that I feel, because it feels very emotional to me. It's like a mindset and the emotions being a byproduct of this mindset. But whatever the case may be, it's like it's causing negative emotions underneath it all within you, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Okay. And then your above energy, we have the Chariot. So that's beautiful. So it's a desire for you guys to be more in union with yourself, more in union with spirit, to ascend to a higher state of being, to master. That's interesting. I don't know why that's making me think of, if you're a life path 7, this may very much resonate with you, but it's you guys wanting to move forward. But the thing that I feel that's been blocking you guys and what's been stopping you from aligning with what it is you guys are working towards or what you're trying to manifest or even envisioning in your head, it has a lot to do with whatever this little residual yuck energy is that's going on here, right? Now moving forward, oh, that's cool. We have the King of Pentacles, and I see this as you guys. So when I talk about transformation, this is literally giving me the recipe for you guys' transformation. I kid you not. It's like, this is where you guys are trying to be, right? That's that transformative energy. But it's like, we always know that transformation isn't nice. You know what I'm saying? It's not attractive. It's not sassy. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like being at this crossroads, which very much reminds me of this energy as well. Because, you know, with the Chariot, it's like both of these, the yin and the yang, right? They have to be on the same accord in order for them to move forward, right? Those light and those dark sides. And I feel like the energy that you guys are coming out of August with, it's being cognizant of those two sides, proverbially speaking, but not really knowing what to do with them, or being too afraid, or not knowing how all of this commingles, so to speak. And it's spirit coming in to help you guys to kind of break the tie. Because I feel if this event doesn't happen, or if this epiphany doesn't happen, I feel wholeheartedly that you guys would stay in this like trapped in space and emotionally rot, if that makes sense. Because I feel it's a lot of, like, with the Queen of Swords in reverse, it's a lot of bitterness. It's a lot of resentment that I feel is being birthed within you guys. And that becomes inherently toxic to oneself. But I just feel that you guys are not seeing how all of these things interlink and commingle with each other. So this is almost like a spiritual rescue mission to like save Virgo from themselves in whatever situation it is that you guys are in, so that you can step into what it is that you guys are envisioning. I hope that makes sense. Whew. I feel like I'm reading for Geminis the way that my brain is all over the place right now, Virgo. I don't usually feel that when I read with you guys, but it feels like, I don't know. I feel like I'm here, but I'm not here. It's almost like it's like Seven of Cups energy. Like, it feels very foggy tapping into y'all's energy. It's like I can see what's going on. Like, I'm on autopilot. Like, you know how when you're sitting and a person is talking to you and you hear them? And it's like, I hear you, but it's like I'm looking out the window and I'm zoned out. But it's like I hear you talking. And it's like, huh? Like, that's how I feel in you guys' energy right now. I don't know. It's weird. Oh, you can go ahead and ask a yes or no question. We're going to throw the dice of resonance. All right. We have Aquarius. We have Virgo. We have the X. Interesting. We have Rising. And the answer to your question is new. So Aquarius, Virgo, the X, no, and Rising. I'm going to name these dice eventually. Jeez, how long have I been saying that? Forever? I'm going to get it together, y'all, I promise. All right, we have the number 5. Is that? I don't know what planet that is. I'm not even going to lie. And then we have Virgo again. With you guys coming up twice in your dice, what that says to me, man, is it's really giving you guys power and dominion over yourself. So I feel like you guys are very much in control of your situation. It's just all about when this Black Ops rescue mission, this spiritual Black Ops rescue mission happens. It's just if you guys are going to take advantage of it. So it's like I feel like you're going to have a clear opportunity to where it's like, if we were to say this, because the vision I'm getting right now is like, if a person is standing at a crossroads, right, and there's 2 roads in front of you and you don't know which one to take, it's almost like in an instant, spirit is going to show you what's at the end of each road. So it's like the one to the left, this is what is on this path. The road to the right, that's what's on this path. So now you have a clear indication of what each path could lead to. And now it's up to you of what you're going to do with that. So it's almost like you guys are getting the cheat codes and you utilize your free will to create whatever destiny going forward that you guys see for yourselves, if that makes sense. So it's putting a lot of power in your hands. So it's not going to be a situation, because that's why I say it's like it's like a rescue mission, but it's like you're not being saved. It's just like, I don't know. And now I'm thinking like, you know, because if you were kidnapped, it's like the SWAT team isn't coming to save you. It's like they're giving you the blueprint on how to escape, but they're not going to come get you, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. So let's see. What planet is that? Saturn. Oh, well, if that's not appropriate. Oh, wow. Saturn calls attention to the importance of your life and experience on this physical plane. It calls your attention to your concentrated experience and learning, which can be awarded to the soul via a physical experience. It is in the perceived absence of who I am that we learn who we are not. The soul only knows itself conceptually. That's so ironic for that to come out, because as I was driving, my battery's dying, as I was driving home, that was something I actually wrote down in my notes, was the thought of we go through life learning who we are not in order to know who we are. So it's finding yourself in circumstances where, you know, it causes unrest or it causes negative emotions or negative feelings. And the challenge is always to stand for yourself and say, this is not who I am. This is not me. And it's you standing firm in that and coming out of agreement with those things. So going back to the initial thing I was feeling with the conditioning, that's very much the theme of this month for you all, is this isn't who I am. Because I feel a lot of what you guys have been doing up to this point, it isn't who you are, right? So it's getting a glimpse of who you are, and your emotions are very much insight into that, you know? But our number 5, which is a number of change, by the way. Oh, your arcana for the month is the Hierophant, and that talks about conforming, you know? So anywho, it says, consistently inconsistent, mental instability, and sheepishly following without question. Don't forsake your truth in service to others. Virgo, if this ain't hitting hard, it ain't hitting hard. I think about you guys being the Hermit being your major arcana card. And I think that that's very much the theme of this month, is going within and seeing the light of your truth from within and bringing that which is within out. I hope this makes sense, because I sure do feel like I was all over the place. But in the extended, we're going into you guys 3 cards, group 1, 2, and 3, sharing, fighting, and harmony. So if you want to follow me to Vimeo, the link is below. If not, I still love your freaking face, and I will see you guys sooner than later. Deuces.